What's poppin'? It's your boy DJ Chaka on the block.
What's the deal? This is C Real. Y'all are tuned into the night show. Y'all, today we got a real fucking special guest, okay? So, look. Let me look into the camera, okay? Let me look at the night crew real quick, okay? So, when y'all think of Zen Master, who y'all think? Y'all thinking 7210 Jordan, Phil Jack? Nah. See, we think differently. Okay, we think different. When I think in Zen Master, I'm thinking about my man right here. Okay, so look, y'all know some yogis, right? Y'all know some yoga masters who go and get that little certification off Groupon for $4.99. Nah, this man really did it. He lives it, and that is his truth. Okay, and the craziest part, this man spits bars at the same motherfucking time. So, night crew, let's give a big shout out to my man Raj.
Let's go. What's
man.
Up, Raj?
What's up? Much love.
And to chime in on that a little bit, I'm gonna get a little deep with it. Hey, this person right here, Raj, he welcomed me with open arms when I needed him the most in my life. Somebody that I really, respect and appreciate, because I feel like he's genuinely out here to help people and take care of people, and I think he's been through a lot. He's had a rough journey, and he's at a point now where he's found a purpose, and he's definitely helping me a lot. And I just want to say, Raj, thank you for being there for me. Thank you for welcoming me with open arms and being there for me. And I'm just learning from you as we go,
It's a nice prelude.
Yo, I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. This is a long time coming, bro.
Thank you for creating this platform.
Oh, of course.
No problem,
and making something happen. That's real.
So, for the people that don't know who you are,
sure.
Who is Raj, and what is your journey, and how did you get to the point that you're at now?
Sure. So my name is Rajesh. I was born in I actually wasn't born in Kerala. I was born in Chennai, and I was raised over here in Houston. And I think I only mentioned that because I think that's important, because it's like a different feel, right, when you're born somewhere and everything. And I was raised over here in Houston, so I am an internationally certified yoga instructor.
Okay.
I am a locally certified artist. And I'm a lot of things, man. But to sum it up, I guess I'm more of, right now, what I've become through all these experiences is more of a lifestyle development coach, lifestyle development facilitator, whatever, And I'm all about a holistic lifestyle. I'm about how do we incorporate not just, it's a diet, what we eat. Oh, no, it's just exercise and how we move and stuff. But it's really a consciousness, how we approach every single scenario. And that's kind of how I've transformed, and with the basis of that. And that's why right now I'm in the mode of, I really want to share what I've come across with people, right? And I'm at a point where earlier in my life, I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't see myself in the light of, oh, you full of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really 100% there. I didn't embody the things that we can talk about.
Right.
Definitely.
And now I'm just at a point where I feel like, I'm 100%, and I'm coming correct. And so that's why I'm
Where did you? Sorry to cut you off. Where did you get your yoga instructor
Sure.
license? What do you call it? License?
Yeah, like a certification.
Certification. Certification. Where did you get that?
My yoga diploma.
I
got
exactly.
I actually traveled to India, and there's a yoga university. It's a Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anustanda. It's S Vyasa, and it's a yoga university near Bangalore. It's in what's called a hill station, and that's like
it's like Munnar.
So it's like it's in the mountains, and it was really interesting because I went to school with Modi actually made it a prerequisite for the military services, the Air Force, and things like that to learn yoga and to take classes.
That's actually really smart, man, because this is part, I feel like, of being Indian. This is in us, right? Like the whole entire, the yoga, everything, bro. Like this is part of who we are. This is where people got fucking yoga from, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like that's actually really smart because it's just so good for you, man. And like after I do yoga, I feel great, dog. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. I feel nice. You know what I'm saying?
Find out you practicing.
Nah, not really, bro. But I be trying, man. My girl be trying to make me go, but
great, man.
I'm pretty bad at it though.
Well,
but finish up with yours.
You know, yoga is not just the physical. And what I learned, I was going to this school, and it's a yoga university. So that's where I got my initial. It's an international certification. All that means is that I'm certified to teach in more than one country. Okay. So I can go to, Russia and be like, hey, I'm certified, and that counts over there, kind of thing. It's internationally accredited. And then I also, that wasn't like my jump into yoga and stuff. My initial introduction was through a free class that was held in Kerala, 7 days. It was like 7 a.m. And I just went because I was bored. You know how it is when you go to India and you don't
nothing else to do. What are you gonna do out there?
School,
You, a cow, a goat, y'all chilling in the morning, just rooster crowing,
getting to know Father Time for sure, and Mother Earth. So all this is going on, and I was just like, yeah, okay, cool, yoga. And I was at the point where, at that point in my life, I was very, very Americanized, I would say, in the sense of, yoga, that's for white women that, soccer moms, right? Yeah. And shit like that. So I was literally like, I was so disconnected in that sense, to where I didn't have any connection to yoga, I just went because that's something that people do. Let me go check it out. I got no other reason not to.
Was that your first time ever doing yoga?
Yes.
Really?
100%, yeah.
Wow.
100%. I was actually the type of person, man, it's wild that, I've kind of turned 180, in a lot of the ways that I used to be or used to think. And, I used to be a huge meat eater. I don't eat meat anymore. But I used to be a huge meat eater, and I was in FFA, and I was really like Future Farmers of America. Yeah, that's what that is,
Those who don't know.
Yeah, FFA, and it was like that, where I never ever thought that I would be a vegetarian, right? I was like, eat some meat, y'all,
right?
And I never thought that I'd be practicing yoga or anything like that, because I kind of pushed those things away when I was younger. I didn't know anything about it. So when I was introduced initially through this free class, it's an hour-long class, and I ended up staying for 2 hours after every class with the teacher. And we would just discuss different things. He would teach me more yoga. I would just have so many questions, because I'm a skeptic at heart. I'm really just like, I don't believe it. Show me. I don't care what you say.
Where do you think that comes from? Why do you think you have a skeptic nature?
Living in America, I don't know, growing up over here, where it's like gilded, everything you kind of got to dig deeper. Right. And also being Malayali as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, I don't believe it, it's just like, let me see what's real. A lot of people live that gilded shit, man. Our whole culture is a lot of gilded shit, Okay. And so I feel like that was ingrained in me to be kind of skeptic. And when I was younger, I didn't trust a lot of the people around me, because I was cheated, robbed, stolen from by my so-called friends. Yeah. That's just how I grew up, right? So I wasn't at the place where I was just like, this is, because of that, I had to go through certain experiences to really become the way I am, and I've experienced things through like yoga, and even that first week with my guru then, he definitely was able to show me things and have me experience things that I had never thought was fathomable for me,
So what were you like before? Who was Raj in high school or college? Like, what was that Raj? Because I know I've known you from then to now, right? So I know the change, right? But so for people that don't know, like,
forgive me. My bad.
No. I want people.
No need to apologize.
I want them to know where you came from. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? So they understand that it's possible.
Thank you.
So.
Yeah. So absolutely. Man, I used to be more of a wild child. I'm still a wild child. Let's say that. But I used to be much more aggressive. I used to be a lot more just kind of alpha male personality, more just tuned to that frequency of you're gonna feel me. You're gonna you're gonna recognize that I'm in the room, and you're gonna acknowledge it. And if you don't, I take it as disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because I was the type of, this literally would happen where I would walk I used to go out a lot, and go out to bars and clubs and whatnot. Okay,
that's
cool.
that's the Raj I know.
That's the right, hey, I was like Beat King at one point. Hey, y'all are over here. What's going on? But I'm just out, man. I used to go out all the time. I love people. I love connecting with people.
That's true. You are very much a people person.
Yo, definitely. And that was like, hey, congregation of people over here, So I would go out to connect with people, and sometimes I would walk in, and there would be a guy from 30 feet across the room, like standing at the bar or something like that, that would just be staring me down, like mean mugging, like,
Yeah.
straight up, no reason.
For no reason.
I just walked in. What can I have possibly done?
Yeah.
Right,
Breathe,
Yeah.
breathe up your air,
Right.
And so I was just like, what? And man, I was so, at one point in my life, like I was used to that type of stuff happening, and I would just disregard it. And at one point in my life,
Can you say you were a little angry?
Yeah, most definitely, man. A lot of that, when I reflected and through meditation and stuff, I realized came from, I wasn't raised by my father. I didn't have a strong male figure in my life. And so I sought that through what I felt was power or strength at different levels of my life. You feel me? So like, I grew up more of like from a hood neighborhood and stuff like that. So our idea of masculinity has definitely matured, right, from teenage years.
Yes.
And I just sought that.
Right.
I really sought that. So I would dive in. I'm just an intense type of person, And so I really feel that that's what was going on. And I was angry. I was aggressive. But who would I speak to? I was raised by women. I'm not going home and saying, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even recognizing it or registering it like that. Right. I was just angry. And it would come out when I would drink and stuff. And I used to drink a lot, I used to smoke a lot, Right. And all of these things is an escape. You don't want to sit with yourself, deal with your own issues kind of thing. Not that I would have admitted that back then or even thought that was true. Yeah. But when I look back, it's like, that's what was going on. And with me, like someone looking at me, I'm the person that's like, yo, I'm gonna bring it to your front door, bro. You haven't met me yet, obviously. Right. So I just walk up to him, whoever it is, and I'll be like, hey man, what are you looking at? Real fucking animated. And they people are usually caught off guard by that. They don't expect, oh, wait a second, I was just trying to exert some power over you or whatever the fuck is going on in his head. I'm just like, yo, what's up? I'll shake your hand. I'll be like, my name is Raj. What's your name, man? I saw you. I'm a pretty motherfucker. I know you looking at me. Yeah, what's going on? You want to be friends or you want to say something, do something about it? And most of the time, 99%, I would say,
it would be fights.
They would They would be friendly. They would be like, "Oh man, I like your shoes," some shit.
Yeah,
like
I was looking
that,
at those shoes for a long time,
bro,
actually.
So that's like, look, man, if you about conflict, then one day that shit will come and trump your bitch ass because you really not about conflict. You running away from something, honestly. You feel me? That's how I feel. And I like to go by a quote. I live my life by certain quotes that remind me things. Every drop of blood that has been shed on a battlefield represents a drop or a tear that a man has not shed. And I really feel that, because that was what was going on with me. I was just like really volatile. I always felt like I'm different. People looking at me different or whatever. I got to prove myself and all that.
Absolutely. And our community can make it feel like that too.
Definitely.
Right?
And I didn't feel accepted by our community either.
Right.
I didn't feel like, because I was just into different stuff, I guess. And I felt that I did not belong or was truly accepted. It was conditional from a lot of different quote unquote social groups and stuff.
Sure.
And I always just wanted to get along with everyone. And that's what I did. I was definitely a social person. I wasn't someone that was like, what was me? I'm so angry and stuff. A lot of people don't know that I had that anger.
Yeah.
Popular, personal, you know what I'm saying? Person, no problem. I love speaking to people and hearing what they got going on, but I wasn't a yogi or anything back then. So what's happening? I'm taking in a lot, and I'm not processing this, man. I'm just living life without awareness, and I would get into a lot of fights. Yeah. Most of the time was I'm not starting a fight, but I'll jump in a fight. I loved to fight, bro. You know, I really enjoyed like, yo, what, you know, one day I remember I'm gonna share this with you, and I haven't shared this in a public forum or anything. This is that exclusive. You know? Yeah. So
we need that.
What happened was, this is how crazy that I used to be. Okay, and my friend was I was sitting inside a bar, and I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time and talking to her, and she would get mad that I would just leave conversations to go talk to some of my friends or something, you know. Understandable, understood, heard, right?
Is it though? I mean, sometimes.
You know, yeah. And so, and then that's something that was active. We were having a conversation about that. Is why I remember it so vividly. Somebody comes in and just goes, "Oh, it's getting jumped. This is going on right outside or something like that." You know, from one of my friends.
Oh, we got. That means we got a ride, bro.
Right.
We got a ride for the homie.
I get up and just. He doesn't finish the sentence. I just hear the name, and I'm jumping over the fence and stuff like that. And I go up to it's 3 versus 1, and so now it's 2 versus 3. I go up to the first 2 guys, and I'm just like, "Hey, what's up, man? Y'all want a triple team, my boy? You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what, bro? I start hitting myself in the face, and I go, I'll let you get the first lick in. Come on, hit me, because I don't start fights, but I'm going to finish it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yo, way too excited about this. Like, way too like,
oh, yeah, we definitely going to whoop this motherfucker.
No, they're probably like, we got to go. This motherfucker's crazy.
The first 2 people were like, you know what, man? I don't want to fight you. I don't want to fight. Yeah, you know, I was just here backing this guy up, you know? So they melt away. The third guy was the guy talking all that mess, you know? And he did slap me. He did punch me in the face, man. You know, I slapped him. What happened was, like, he hit me, and it was one of those, like, movie things, bro. It was one of those, like, you know, like one of those, like, and I just turned, I slapped him. I got a hand.
Oh, you hit him with the pimp slap?
I fucking pimp slap.
You pimp slap this man?
And here I am now.
Yeah, here you are now.
No,
that's pretty Malayali.
I know.
That's a straight Malayali.
That's a straight, straight uncle move.
Yeah,
just bite the tongue. Just.
That's exactly what. It's in the blood. It's in DNA, baby. So that's a kind of a snapshot of who I used to be, man. No, not taking no shit.
Yeah. I
was really. I got along with people, but I didn't ever take time for myself, and I think that's what was really wrecking me.
Yeah,
you know.
Absolutely.
I was also just, I didn't know, you know, like, what's a man? You feel me? Like, what is really being a man embody? Like, what does that mean? And it's hard to ask your friends, you know, hey, man.
Because shit, they don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard to, I asked my mom one time, and then she handed me a razor blade, and I've had a mustache since I was in 2nd fucking grade, man. I'm just like, why did you do this to me? Be a man, you know, like, so nobody really knows. So we gotta have some examples out here, man.
Okay, so now you told us about who you were, right? Where you've come from to today. Who is Raj today? What's a day-to-day? What's a day in the life of Raj? Like, what is your routine now? Like, what makes you different from back then? You know, coming from being the aggressive type or whatever you were to today.
Most def. I'm just an intense person. I have a lot of energy. I'm like a fireball. And I'll tell you one thing. That's the reason how I wasn't a smoker in high school or anything like that. I was actually, like, not a drinker or a smoker until like 18, around that age, where where I was like, I haven't done any shit, you know what I'm saying? And the reason I even smoked, I was so against it initially. My dad was an alcoholic and a heavy smoker, so as a child I just really shunned this and pushed it away. The only reason I smoked was because when I finally ended up smoking, it quieted my mind, man. It actually, like, slowed me down. And I was always, like, on go, that type of person where I was just like, what's the next? What's up?
That's how I feel when I smoke too.
You know, yeah,
exactly like that.
So what's going on when we smoke, right? We'll get to that. And one of the things I realized was that I don't want to be this way. If you don't, so, like, one thing is, like, if we don't love ourselves, if we can't love ourselves, if we can't feel that heart, whatever, 100% for ourselves, how can we ever know how to give 100% to somebody else.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it's so important. And I was constantly, old me was seeking love in somebody else for my own worth. Old me was, oh, she's beautiful, she's successful, she loves me, I must be good, I must be all right then, you know. And that's not healthy at all, and that's not accurate, and that's not the way to think. So one major difference between old me and new me is definitely that I love myself right now. You know, I appreciate who I am and how I am, not as like, oh, I love him, cool, yeah, you know.
Right,
but it's just like,
course.
yo, I know I'm not. Every single thing that I think or do, I'm working on the thinking, you know, but on the actions and everything that I speak is coming from definitely from a base of compassion.
Yeah.
You know, my intention is, and even with my thinking, like, my intention is not to hurt somebody, but I might think something and be like, damn, that's not true, you know, or that's not cool, you know, and kind of revert.
You're human, right? So,
You know, for sure. That's where I'm at now. That's where I'm at now.
yeah.
Constantly a work in progress. We all are. You
No,
know.
that's actually, you know, the fact that you can be so aware of, you know, appreciating yourself because it's so easy to get wrapped up in what other people are doing and saying, oh man, you know, oh, this person's doing this, and you know, I'm not up to that level, right? And it's like you feel like shit, like internally, right? But to sit there and say, like, you know what, fuck that, I love myself, I am who I am, and I'm the fucking shit.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot. It takes a lot of maturity, a lot of self-respect too, because a lot of times people are just down and out, right? And it takes so long to get out of that out of that hole.
I totally agree, man. And it's you know, one day you might be out of the hole, the next day you might be right back in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that it's a whole entire lifestyle. It's a mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's just not something you do temporarily, bro.
That's why it's called holistic.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Holistic.
But not for real though. Like, I was the major difference between now and then is that the one main thing is that I'm accountable. That's it. On a bottom line basis.
That's the hardest thing to do,
That's it,
man.
bro. That's it. I swear to God. Like,
That's
I
the
swear to
hardest
y'all.
thing to do.
I sat in county jail, and I was forced to sit down and be with my thoughts and be by myself and just be. And I was looking around and observing, and I was just like, bro, I don't belong here. You know, like, I like doing things with my life. You know, I want to.
Had that
you know,
same
I have
thought.
a lot of energy. Yeah, you know, and I want to put that out, and you know, I don't. What am I doing? You know, and that was, for me, that was my rock bottom, where I'm not doing this shit anymore. I promise. You know, people don't know. No one knows this. You know, bro, I went to jail 7 times in 1 year. Taking charges for other people on some stupid shit, like a mixture of a lot of stuff. One time I was stopping a fight. I was totally sober. I wasn't breaking any laws, and I was the first person that was snatched up because I was in the middle of it. All these life lessons, you know.
Right,
and so when I was sitting in county jail on some stuff that wasn't even, it was like, really, I'm not supposed to be here. This is some BS, you know. That's when I was like, it's me. I've been blaming everything on something else or somebody else. And that was when my life changed.
Yeah.
When I started being accountable.
Exactly.
Everything that happens to me or through me, you know, is cause and effect. And I'm either causing it or I'm allowing it.
Yeah.
And when I came to that point, that was when my life started to change, for sure. And that's like the basis, the foundation of how I was able to change, because I saw every situation. If I don't like what's going on, then that's something that at first you might be like, nah, it's not me, because of whatever, our ego and stuff. But what happens is that when we accept it, what happens, we become empowered. We're like, if it's me, then I can make a change.
Yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful thing. And that's what I've been doing, you know, little by little. If I don't like something, what can I do? And over the years, here's where I am now, where, that's all paid off, the slow and steady.
Right.
And now I'm at a point where I've tried out. I'm not going to share anything with you guys that I haven't personally experienced.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to share anything with you guys that I've only read or it's hearsay. No, I'm not about that. I'm about knowledge and application of that knowledge. And once we kind of master something and we can share it in a simple way, talk to people about it.
Absolutely. So day to day, like, what do you, like, what is a healthy, normal day for you? How do you prepare yourself for the day? When you wake up, like, do you do anything when you get up in the morning?
Most definitely.
Throughout the day to keep the mindset that you're focusing on keeping today?
Yeah, I really, really believe in programming 30 minutes before you go to bed, 30 minutes right when you open your eyes, when you rise in the AM, right? Before I open my eyes, whenever I wake up naturally, that's when I'm getting up. It doesn't matter whether I'm like, hey, what I found is that when you just get up, when you naturally wake up, bro, that grogginess and all that,
that's the best.
goes away. And it's just like your body is ready to wake up, and your brain and everything's synchronized at that point, and it's a communication. So we get up, and I used to just close my eyes and go back to sleep, be like, no, it's not X amount of time yet. I got 15 minutes on my alarm.
That's exactly how I am. I wake up, I snooze a couple times. I literally wake up, walk over to my laptop, and start working. That's my life. I don't even take time to just chill, go brush my teeth. I wake up and just go to my laptop.
You programmed to be a robot, bro.
Exactly. Exactly, dude.
But you're getting work done because that's what you're doing first thing in the morning.
Yeah, but it's not healthy.
I mean, it's healthy for your employer.
Most people are doing that same thing.
It's healthy for someone that's making a profit off of what work you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, yeah.
You're not that abnormal. You're
for
doing
sure.
What everybody probably does.
It's just that. So what I do is that's one type of work. I'm not saying don't work. Put in the work that serves you.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like put in the work for sure. Work is always going to be there. Don't try not to work, right? Because that's not what life is. If you look at physics and the way that anything happens, it's how it works. So you guys have heard of melatonin,
Yep.
right? And serotonin?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Definitely know a little bit about that.
Yeah. So melatonin is definitely a major component of how much serotonin is produced.
But I thought melatonin was just what you take to go to sleep.
It is. So melatonin is what happens, like, when you close your eyes. If you close your eyes for X amount of time, you'll eventually go to sleep, right? For about 15 minutes. If we close our eyes and we keep our bodies still, this is a machine. It's a vehicle. So there's like a shut-off switch. And if you just keep completely still, 15 minutes, eyes closed, steady breathing, you'll fall asleep. That's the hard part, right? So melatonin is what's produced, and that's what causes us to go to sleep, and it creates this veil of kind of darkness. Melatonin, how much melatonin is produced in a night, right, is directly correlated to how much serotonin is produced in the day. And that's what that relation is. Have you ever, let me rephrase that. Whenever you've stayed up all night, okay?
Yeah.
Whenever you haven't slept, have you noticed that your mood is affected? You just kind of maybe feel a little bit disconnected. You don't really care sometimes. Like you're like, I'm here, but I'm not really
mentally.
Here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not really here. And that's because our serotonin has been drained. And that's an endorphin. That's a hormone that's very, very closely related to how we feel, our mood. How much joy that we actually bring to people. On the flip side of that, the dopamine is how much joy we might take from an experience or have from being around people.
Sure.
These are all connected. But the reason why, before I even rise in the morning, before I open my eyes, I keep my eyes closed and I smile with my eyes closed, right? And I keep smiling for a couple of minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. The reason behind this is because, remember, this is a machine. There's always communication going on. There's little hacks, right, with different technologies and computers and all types of stuff. What makes you think there's not a hack for the human body?
The
original computer.
Right. It's biohacks.
You know. And so what we're doing is when you keep your eyes closed and you smile, the body is registered to convert melatonin to serotonin the minute that light hits the cornea. So whenever light hits whenever we open our eyes and light starts hitting, that melatonin that we've produced starts being converted into serotonin. And so if you have a bank of melatonin, meaning you've slept maybe an X amount of time, right, then you have a greater resource to produce serotonin throughout the day. So that's why sleep is related to your mood. That's why sleep is related to productivity. Sleep is essential, and rest, not just sleep, but rest, right? And what I'm doing by smiling with my eyes closed is creating that conversion from melatonin to serotonin. I'm communicating with my body. I'm saying, hey, y'all are about to go full blast. Here's a little warning. Here's a little heads up. 2-minute warning, right? I'm smiling. Hey, and then what I'm doing when I'm smiling, this is also important. I'm thinking today, before I open my eyes, this is every day, okay? Today is already the greatest day of my life. Why is that? This is the only day of my life, really. Every day is the only day I'm really living. Powerful. You feel me? Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow is a mystery, right? So today is really the only day. Today is the greatest day of my life. Why not? It might be. Don't push it away. You see what I'm saying? Speak what you want. Absolutely. Today is the greatest day of my life. Well, yesterday was the greatest day of my life. Well, today's going to be the greatest day of my life. Cool. Is there any objection to that?
No, let's make it happen.
Yeah. So today's the greatest day of my life. It's already. You speak what you want and you claim it. It's already an amazing, wonderful, prosperous, magical, and beautiful day. It already is. My job, my duty today. I'm finding out what I'm doing is just how amazing, just how magical, just how prosperous, just how beautiful today really is.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. That is real. Honestly, Josh has always been... He's always told me, he's like, yo, speak it to existence, speak it to existence.
Well, I mean,
all about
him, other people that I've listened to. But
so he probably got that from you, obviously.
I mean, I've seen, I'll tell you, I've watched it with different people, right, on YouTube or whatever, people I follow. But to actually see it live in person, you're the first person. So you kind of made me believe, right? It's easy when you see things, you're kind of like, oh, that seems unreachable. But then when I kind of started dealing with you was when I was like, no, this is real. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome, man.
So you can feel it. The energy's there. The tone is there. So this is real. So this is attainable, and it's within my reach because somebody that I know did it too. You know what I'm saying? So that's
the way you just like break it down. It's like a science, and it's not just like the body. It's just like the mental. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really, we have it in us. We just need to get it out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you, man. That's amazing, man. Like honestly, I never even thought of it like that. Right? Like it's just
you mentioned breathing, right? Mm-hmm. So I know that's an important thing. You talked to me about that. What is breathing to you, and like how does it affect our day, the human body, how we think, everything? Sure. What is the relation with that?
So even when you're thinking in the AM, when you keep your eyes closed consciously, and what happens when we're sleeping is that our breath comes to almost a complete halt. Yeah. It's very, very subtle. Yeah. Smooth, calm breathing. Our body temperature drops.
Yeah, you can check your BPM like when you're sleeping. It just goes down to like 32 or something like that. Just like almost like
and you're still alive, right?
Yeah.
So there is capacity for us to actually be conscious and still function with our heart rate at something as low as 32. Mm-hmm. With our breath rate at something as low as maybe 6 times a minute, right? And what if you were conscious during then? Well, what happens is the greatest healing happens when we're sleeping. Why is that? Because our breath is so slow. Mm-hmm. It's deliberate. And we're not putting extra energy into stuff that doesn't serve us. At that point in time, we're taking rest. So what happens is we experience different planes of consciousness. You've ever had a dream? You know?
I had a nightmare last night.
Okay. Was it you that had the nightmare?
I don't know. That shit was bad, though.
You know what I'm saying? You remember, but it was you, right? Was it you that had the nightmare, or was it anybody else?
No, it was me.
It was you.
Yeah.
But were you in this body when you had the nightmare?
Yeah.
You were?
I think so.
But are you sure?
Yeah.
You ever tried lucid dreaming?
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying, like, when you lucid dream too, are you in this body? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
All right, you know.
That's
That's a deeper question, right?
That's
Okay.
subject. Yeah, subjective.
Don't leave me with that shit. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you
No, I'm
mean?
just saying, like, you know,
Like, what does
when
that
you
mean?
dream, okay, let's say you're in the body. Let's say you're just going deeper in, you know, is like, hey, a source of creation is happening actually from within us, you know, meaning you are what you eat. How is that possible? If I eat something, if I drink water, I don't become a water droplet. Excuse me. It becomes me.
Right.
If I take in a piece of beef jerky, I don't become a piece of meat. That becomes a piece of me, you know? That's a wow. You know, that's a, how is that even happening? We just kind of take it for granted. But eating is such a sacred act, you know? So me now and what I do is definitely connected to the breath. In yoga, the speed of the breath is directly correlated and connected to the speed of the mind. Whenever we stress out, you ever notice when you're panicking or something crazy is going on, we hyperventilate. We start, man, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that.
Right.
What happens when you're totally calm, totally chill, maybe when you're sleeping, because you can't sleep when you're anxious, you can't sleep when you're not rested, right? You have to be at a certain state, and your breathing has to come to a certain point.
Right.
And when we do that, that's when we heal the most, and that's when, you know, we chill out. When we say take a deep breath, exhale, and someone's just guiding that, all we're doing is really slowing down the breath.
Yeah. No, when I've done yoga sessions, it's so imperative for everyone, for the instructor to tell you to breathe in and exhale, and when you're exhaling like just all the bad shit. Like
exactly.
You know, like it's just to like cleanse your mind.
He's telling you mentally, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
He's telling you mentally.
Yeah.
Physiologically, that's the same exact process. Physically, that's what's going on. All we're doing is aligning the physical and the mental and the spiritual in one page.
So what are some good breathing exercises people can do? Like,
Well, what's the right
Sure.
way to breathe?
Sure.
The way you showed me. So what's the right?
Well, there's like different types of breathing, you know, but we're usually only engaging one lobe of the lungs, which is the middle lobes of the lungs. Breathing through the chest. That's how a lot of people, like that. Take a deep breath. I see people like this, right?
That's how I breathe a lot.
That's how most people do.
Well, I mean,
you know?
I've been more conscious about it now.
No problem, right? Now, what I want you guys to do, check this out, okay? And anyone that's listening, if you're not driving or something, right, do this as well, please. Take your right hand and you place it right above your belly button. Take your right hand right above the belly button. This is the navel, okay? Take your left hand, place it on the lower back, okay? Like the lower back towards, above the kundi, right above the kundi, the kodam, but like on the lower back, okay?
That's ass for those who don't know what.
If you know, you know, B. All right, go look it up. Anyway, make some Malayali friends, So just when you inhale, we're going to be breathing through the nose, okay, through the nostrils. You go ahead and sit up straight, okay? And what I want you to do is imagine a balloon within the diaphragm, the abdominal region. Imagine a balloon that's just inflating as you breathe, and you're drawing the energy down, okay, to the diaphragm, and you're trying to take in as much air as you can as you inhale, and expanding that balloon, and you hold the breath at the end of the inhalation. Just hold it, and then you exhale, contracting the diaphragm, pushing air out that balloon. So let's try that real quick, okay?
Okay.
Right?
So your stomach is supposed to expand when you breathe in. Okay?
Down here, you know where your hand is right now?
Yeah.
You should feel that expanding.
During your breathing through your nose.
During your breathing, and as you exhale, you'll feel the contraction.
So
Okay?
all through the nose.
All through the nose. Okay? Let's try that. Okay, let's just inhale. Close your eyes and take an inhalation through your nostrils, imagining a balloon. We take 20 to 50% more air. Okay, hold the breath. And then as you exhale, that balloon deflates. You contract the diaphragm, pushing out all the air. Okay, at the end of that exhalation, push out even more. Contract, hold the breath. Then inhale again. Remember that balloon, okay? Then exhale. We'll do this one more time, okay? So remember that balloon inflating in the abdomen. Inhale. And then hold the breath. Then as you exhale, contract the diaphragm, pushing out all the air. At the end of the exhalation, contract even more, pushing out even more air. Then hold the breath. Okay. You can release your arms and your palms, man. So,
definitely like more. It feels like it serves a purpose.
Yeah.
Like versus like
you feel like you're doing something right.
No.
Well, I mean, it does,
because you're
right?
you're a little hyper focused, right, on the entire process, but at the same time, like
it's calming.
yeah,
It's calming.
Yeah.
Right. It's definitely calming.
Is it coming? Did you feel the same thing?
absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. I'm like, because we just go and breathe normally, whatever. You don't think about it. You don't feel like you're serving a purpose.
I mean, you're not gonna go around breathing like doing this.
No,
all day,
even
right?
like
But-
even if you
Sure.
if you're stressed, you take
Yeah,
a big
but
sigh and exhale.
I think what his point of all this is saying that the way that we breathe, if I'm right, is breathe through the nose. Make sure your stomach is like expand, right? And then
This was a practice. Yeah, this was a practice to show you the
proper-
lower lobe breathing.
Yeah.
Lower lobe is diaphragm breathing. We take
Right.
20 to 50% more air each breath.
Right.
Within yoga, we're not just taking in breath, we're taking in prana. We're taking in life force, energy, chi, whatever you call it, right? If you're taking 20 to 50% more energy within each breath, how many breaths do you take in a day? You see what I'm saying? You're just
Yeah.
going to be more of an energetic person if that's what you seek.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned that you felt a little bit calmer, right? What happens is that we have, within the brain, we have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems. The sympathetic nervous system correlates to masculine energy, what we know as Pingala in the yogic system, and that also goes over the functions of the sun. It's more of a utility consciousness. I want to use something. I want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see something. I want to, it's more of a masculine oriented consciousness. Fiery, a little bit more fiery and intense that way. The other side of that is parasympathetic nervous system. When we inhale, we stimulate the sympathetic nervous system. When we exhale, we stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic has to do with calming the body down, cooling the body down. It also has to do with more so with the feminine energies, embracing, nurturing. And if you think about, if you've ever seen a guy in a fight, what happens if he's got a girlfriend? The girlfriend is usually like, stop! You know what I mean? I'm just trying to bring it back, I'm trying to relate it.
Yeah.
But if you've ever seen that happen, it's kind of like what we see. A woman embodies that moon form, which is more so of that nurture, parasympathetic nervous system. A woman is usually tuned more so parasympathetically. Means that she's about the rest and cooling something down.
Mm-hmm.
And a man is usually tuned more.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I see some girls who are talking about turning that shit up real quick.
Hey,
you know?
that means she's imbalanced, right? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, let's get real deep, real quick, But it's a lot of people talk about this feminist movement,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, a lot of the feminists of today's world are actually supporting masculine energy. If you're saying that a woman needs to leave the home and she should go out and work and that's what she should do, you're totally disconnected from life and nature and the universe and what is actually going on, because
Agreed.
I'm just saying, I don't give a fuck if you agree or not, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just telling, I know, not you.
No.
Everybody else
No,
that
I know
is saying I disagree, fuck you.
Yeah, I got
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no,
Because
for sure.
the reality situation, I love you, bro. The reality situation is that, I'm very like, you need to recognize what you're saying. People come from a base of, like I recognize it because it takes one to know one. People come from a base of where they're hurt, and they just assume that that's the biggest problem in the world. And it's just like that's all they put the thing in. And it's like, that's it. That's it.
Fuck. Thank you.
There are.
Shit.
Everyone's got their struggles.
Yes, bro.
Even trust fund babies got their struggles because they don't know what real world is like.
Exactly.
And it's easy to go on one side and say, you don't know shit. But what you do know is all you know. That's another way to look at it, right? You don't know what I know. And that's some bullshit for me.
Yeah.
But you know what you know, and maybe that could be some shit for me. So let's talk about it, right? Let's say, yeah, I'm not from where you're from. And that's a cool thing. We can both share, right? Let's use this opportunity rather than create a separation, you know?
Yeah.
Forgive me. I know the question was about breathing.
No, that's okay. I mean, this is gonna happen because you have so much to share.
I'm just this guy. That's how I am,
obviously,
you know?
guess about the viewers. There's probably gonna be a part 2 because we got to get a lot of things in today. You know what I'm saying? So, but okay, so I'll go to the next question, right?
Yeah.
So I noticed you're wearing some pretty like piece and chain. You know what I'm saying? So
man, thank you, bro.
What is that? And explain it because I mean you've explained it to me once, but what is that? Like what is it? What does that mean?
Shit is fly, bro.
Right here. Thank you. You know, these are this is my rapper attire.
Straight from Johnny Dang.
Johnny Damn. No, so this is if you get it, you get it. Right? So this is lapis lazuli. Okay, so this is lapis lazuli, and so what it does is it's actually the original sapphire. So in texts there was the 5th stone.
That's my birthstone.
Is it?
Lapis lazuli?
Virgo. I mean September birthday.
Yo, beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
This motherfucker here.
Now I know. You know what I'll get you. September 6th. September 6th. Yo. So that's what I'm gonna get you. You know. With this, it's
Your birthday's September 6th also?
Mine is September 26th.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So that's why I remember his very well.
Okay, okay.
When's your birthday, brother?
I'm January, bro. I'm January 24th.
Oh, okay, cool. We not a Capricorn, on the cusp. Aquarius. Ooh.
None of that shit means nothing to me, bro.
Yo, we'll talk afterwards.
He's very. Afterwards. I mean, because astrology is related to yoga in a sense, no?
Yeah, you're on the up and up now, and congratulations. I know the last few months were probably shit for you. You know what I'm saying? Not to put your shit out, but you're on the up and up. It's a good time for you. It's since you don't believe in it and all that, but. I'm just saying, you know, I'm here for you, brother. You know?
I don't know what the hell is going on. You're all the way in my head right now.
I don't think a lot of people know that astrology is related to yoga. But go ahead.
Yeah. I know people don't, and we'll get to that. And this is all of this is actually connected within a single vein, okay? And I wasn't trying to put your shit out there.
Nah,
man,
bro,
it's all good. The lapis is the 5th stone on the Knights Templar, actually, that we talk about. There's a crystallized, there's a stone shield, right? And the 5th stone on the Knights Templar is actually lapis lazuli, which was incorrectly identified as sapphire at one point. And this is why there's a lot of
Knights of the Templar. Wasn't that the group that basically
that's the Indiana Jones movie.
No, bro, it's not the Indiana Jones movie. Well, Knights of the Templar. What is that exactly? That was
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's Malayali Jones. Jones.
Finish. Sorry. Finish.
No, is it Knights of the Templar? Wasn't that the secret group that was fighting against like Christianity or something like that?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
It's like very. It's like almost like a cult, pretty much. And then people still to this day think that there's an underground Knights of the Templar that still exists. Yeah,
you know, if they were doing their job, we wouldn't know.
Yeah, no,
you know.
Sure,
so
yeah.
The thing is, like what you said about cult. Right? That word, let's just clear it up real quick. Cult and occult. You know, cult just means that it's popular. Occult just means it's not popular. Bottom line, you know, it could be like, Crocs. Crocs at some point were cult. And at some point, they're going to be a cult. You know what I mean? So it's...
I don't know. It depends on who you're talking to. Some people might be like, that's definitely a cult.
Know, but that's like the knowledge.
They have their own meaning for it, right? But I mean, I guess where it comes from.
Man, mainstream artists, cult. Underground artists, occult.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so when we talk about knowledge, mainstream knowledge is considered cult knowledge.
Okay, gotcha.
And a lot of stuff I speak on is occult. So that's why I'm like,
all right. That's why you're putting people on.
Don't judge me, man.
Nah, man.
You know?
No, because you are.
Because most people don't. They're not gonna find this information unless they seek it.
It really comes to how we define things, man. I promise. That's why I share that because. At one point, I used to think something as a cult is dark and evil and stay away from it.
Because that's what the world
that's
fucking
bottom
tells
line.
you, bro.
A cult. If it's a cult, stay away from it.
That's what everybody tells you.
But
you know
now that you know that a cult just means it's not what the group is thinking, that might mean like, if it's a cult, let me go check it out actually and see. that's what I suggest with everybody is like, yo, somebody can tell you something, but they can't feel it for you.
Right,
you know,
right.
they can't experience it for you. And there are some things within yoga and with any type of spiritual practice, anything, man. Some things, bottom line, are meant to be experienced and not expressed. You can't tell me about it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
So.
So the stones.
Yeah.
Why do you wear them?
Same thing, right? With the stones, the first one is lapis lazuli. This is great for the Agna chakra, which is third eye chakra, which has to do with meditation and vision and seeing, but it also helps to protect against evil eye, nazar.
Yeah, nazar.
And we know about that, and it helps to protect against like psychic attack.
Do you feel that shit is like true, like the evil eye, like because
Fuck yeah.
I know Josh does.
Fuck yes.
Like people really on your shit,
Fuck,
like looking,
man.
like wanting you to do
Hell
bad.
yeah.
In terms of vibration and frequency, I think that can definitely affect you for sure. You know, I believe in what can happen. Yeah, like.
No. Oh, go ahead.
No, please, yeah.
No. I mean, it's there, right? The evil eye is there. People are going to. That's going
If
to
you've
happen.
ever used the
right?
word haters, you believe in evil.
That's
eye.
what I'm saying, right? So like, but it's how you deal with it is what.
Yeah, like
right?
we all
You know what I
acknowledge
mean?
haters, right? We all acknowledge haters, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And-
shouldn't.
Okay, and hate in the world. Okay, what's the difference between evil eye? Hate a lot of the time is the product of evil eye. You know what I'm saying? So like, we got to look at the source, not the symptom. That's what I'm about. Okay, and yes, I do
That's
feel that
smart.
that's a reality that like the eye. If we believe the eye can do good, right? If the kingdom of heaven is within me, then I'm totally a believer that the kingdom of hell is within me too. That the eye can do bad at the same time, because it's about balance and it's about reflection, you know.
Yeah. Right.
And if we talk about duality and all that stuff, man, woman, and
Exactly,
all
yeah.
that, then if I see something on one side, it's got to be equal on the other side, right?
Yeah.
And that's just how I feel. I'm not saying that that's how it is, but this is how I think, you know, and this is what I've applied within my life, this type of thinking that has served me, and that's why I share it with people. So with the stones, the next one that I have is this one is called celestite. And celestite, you know, it's nice.
Yeah.
It sounds heavenly, right? Celestial. That's because it's used to, thank you. It's used to channel more of a divine energy. It's used to channel more of divinity type of frequency. And, you know, being over here, I want to be tuned in to something like that. The way that I look at crystals actually exhibit a higher consciousness than human consciousness, human intelligence.
How was that?
They're 5-dimensional intelligence in that, see, a human is like clay, right? And we're like clay because we can go one way or another. We can go hard or soft, right? So
In
the
what
human,
sense?
meaning like if someone's too hard, they're too rigid, too masculine,
Okay.
and too like, you can't
Gotcha.
break me.
So basically, every Malayali male that we know.
You know, absolutely. And if you try to snap that, it pieces. You know what I'm saying? It breaks down. Now, at the same time, if someone's too malleable, too like anybody can change me,
Yeah.
they'll never do anything in life.
Like
you know what I'm
every
saying?
other
Like a lot of
Malayali
Malayali
man
men we love. Yeah. So like, it's either one or the other, baby. We want balance,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
And so when it comes to a crystalline consciousness, actually, we have a human, which is a 3-dimensional consciousness, where we're moving into 5D. And a 5-dimensional consciousness is in which you are one pointed in however you are, your nature. There's a way you really are, right? And that might come with its turns and little edges and stuff like that. But if you're truly who you are for a certain amount of time, your body will actually become an expression of that consciousness. So right now our body is an expression of our consciousness in that it's so malleable, really easily changeable. You can cut your hair, you can change up whatever, you know. I could braid it, you know, and look different. You can't do that with a crystal. And it's called a crystal because from the basis of its formation, it's a crystal. It's symmetrical and it's a crystalline formation, means that the expression of the consciousness itself is so balanced that the body has become a crystal. That's why it exhibits a higher intelligence than human consciousness, because our body is clay, it's not stone.
Right.
You feel me? That's why. that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, man. And
So it's like
there's-
a lot to do with energy, maybe.
with energy and also the way we think.
Yeah.
Like the energy is a product within yoga. The consciousness is the first thing. It's like the main thing. Like how we think, how we receive, and all that. That's why we look at all these different things. But the consciousness is expressed in the energy, and that's why you mentioned that the breathing. Why am I breathing a certain way? The breath body is the energetic body within yoga. It's a pranayama kosha. Okay, so the reason for that is like the way we breathe is going to affect our energy. The way we think is going to affect our mind, and the way we eat is going to affect our body. Those are 3 dimensions, right? So we want to align those 3 first.
Right.
And that's what yoga is really about.